Hello viewers, welcome to the 22nd edition of Raxio Hour, the second in the month of July 2021. This week we feature our very own James Byaruhanga, General Manager Raxio Data Centre. We had a chat with James as he took us through the process of creating partnerships for the successful construction of Raxio Data Centre. From the bidding process right to finally building the perfect dream team, let us now listen to how all this unfolded.
Obviously, after site selection, the next stage was to basically figure out how do we build this thing. And this is when now Roha really stepped into the play. So they had already done quite a bit of groundwork trying to understand data center dynamics, and they'd already engaged a UK firm called FutureTech, who is basically a world-class data center designer. Then when we brought in the site, so they were able to basically use the site that we had and designed the facility that should sit on it. FutureTech was also has still been our consultant, basically make sure that all the mechanical and electrical works are done according to world standard. Because these guys have been building data centers for a long time, and in Europe, in the States, some in Asia, some in Middle East. So I think we were the first African project. So they basically took a lead as the main consultant on the data center side. But of course, they were never going to be able to build a facility the best in UK, and that's not their specialty, or still the area of interest. So we had to look for actual contractors to put this together. So we went through a selective bidding process. We had a couple of the top 3, top 4 companies actually submit proposals. We went through an elimination process, looking mostly at the quality of the work that they have done in different projects, looking at projects they were building at the time, looking at the skill and the people that they had who had any experience around data centers. And luckily enough, the contractor we actually zeroed down on had one person on the team who had actually built current data centers in South Africa. So that kind of also helped us to farm it up. Also, they also were able to come in competitively around the budget part that we were looking at. So we chose Rocco as the main contractor on the civil works. Then we now had to look at who is our M&E contractor. Again, we went through the same process, a rigorous process of trying to select one, and we actually ended up with a tie, so to speak. So we ended up with Giza Systems and Meta. Meta Electricals was actually based out of Kenya, Giza based out of Cairo, but both of them were now setting up shop in Uganda. So we looked at the competencies of both, and we felt that Giza was stronger on the mechanical side and Meta on the electrical. So we basically built a team out of the two. So we ended up basically working with what we'd call a dream team in terms of the contractors. Now, also of course, we couldn't do this all on our own because we are not experts at construction. So we needed consultants to work with. On the architecture side, we had Symbion, who's basically the biggest in the region in architecture-related issues. We had Build Cost as our quantity surveyor. These guys are every single board you see in town. They are the guys who basically handle the QS work. And of course, through Symbion, we managed to now get a couple of other smaller consultants for different things that would basically be able to complete the whole picture. All in all, I think we ended up with what you'd say the best of the crop. And we started then building this site, making sure that everyone played their own different role. Of course, it's not easy working with so many different companies and contractors, but I guess it's the price you pay for quality, right?
Thank you for tuning in to this week's Raxio Hour. See you next time, viewers, and have a lovely weekend.